going.
Good.
So, okay. Hello.
Hey, everybody.
So, with me today, Kabanaw's here today.
Hi.
And we're going to. I don't know if I'll ever be able to do another, like, draft on the level of the last one, but we're here to do some more Modern Masters.
There's not many drafts that are that good.
No, so. We're just gonna. We. I did make sure I had the tickets for it, right? I had the packs. Yep, okay, we're good.
Okay, yeah. Because, yeah, it's what? It's 4 tickets to join,
Mm-hmm. Four in the packs, so.
right?
Do.
We could start. No, we can't
Oh,
start right
nope, we
away.
can't start right now. I was alt tabbed away. Aha! Whatever, we can sit in this one.
We can start it off.
Yes. So yeah, Modern Masters. I saw you had some experience with the Modern Masters.
Yeah, I did last weekend I did a fandom event, that I 3-0'd because I made, FIFA Phobe deck.
Hmm.
Um, FIFA Phobe is pretty cool when you get, God, what's it called? Persist Spirit.
Restless.
Yeah, Restless
Restless
Apparition.
apparition.
Yeah, I got 3 of those. 2 Thiefofopes. Um, a Waxmane Baku, which is hard because you did the same thing that I did the first time, like where you say Waxmane Baku.
Mm-hmm.
Um, because it's just as Gnome said, the way that the words connect makes it weird. But
Yeah.
yeah, the deck and we splash from Mole Drifter.
Mole Drifter. Yes.
So, um, yeah, that was a really fun deck. Then you did the Eldrazi. Well, you did some other deck first. That was also really greedy, but didn't end up well. Then you
Mm-hmm.
did Eldrazi, which was like,
I really thought that first greed one was interesting, like maybe a couple cards away from like good, but I still
yeah,
thought it was a good deck.
it was really interesting to look at. But yeah, there were still kind of problems with like power and stuff like that. Like I find that we're starting here, but I find that the way that the best decks in this format tend to be decks that have a plan.
Yeah, like here's your plan, do the plan, and your deck. Okay, our rare is completely ignorable, so that's good.
Yep. So like whether your plan is, affinity, or if your plan is spirits, or if your plan is ramping Eldrazi, just having something your deck does makes it better than decks that just have good value.
So, anything. The card below is Thrumming Bird, by the way.
Mm.
Anything we want to try for a plan in here, or anything that looks stand out? Like Arrest is obviously, like the removal spell.
Rest is very good. I'm looking sort of at the Basilica because it's a land, which means it's not committing to anything.
Mm-hmm.
But Arrest is probably the most powerful card in the abstract. This isn't a super good pack.
Yeah, like Ashenmoor Gouger, I find interesting, but like that's a pretty damn aggressive 4/4. I guess
Yeah.
Kozilek's Predator is also a choice. Monolith could be a choice.
But I think
Um,
Arrest, if you're just looking at a first pick, Arrest is probably the strongest.
let's go with that, and we'll make sure to note that like that doesn't sink us into white. If not, oh, or we could just pick up Restless Apparition and go in on it.
But I'm looking at that Guile.
So Guile, an old standby in a standard deck called Sonic Boom, um, was a mono blue deck that played Guile and Pact of Negation and a bunch of like 30 some counter spells.
Okay, I will say that if we'd picked Mana Leak first, I would have said let's take the Guile for that
I'm
sweet value. Or you think about Guile just because it's a 6/6 that can't be blocked by 3 or more creatures.
I'm still interested in the Guile. Like I think it's Guile or Restless Apparition
hmm
here. There's other cards that are interesting here. I love me some Alloy Mirror. There's the good old standby Ulamog's Crusher. Um,
The big thing about Restless Separation is it's secretly not a hybrid, it's multicolor. because it like you're not paying those mana costs unless you're white black.
Well, I'm gonna grab it.
Yeah.
I'm intrigued by it, and we can kind of pick up something like the Baku.
hmm That's
Um,
good. That's a good start. If you kind of go aggressively on spirits, people may end up abandoning. I think people that like see Thief of Hope and take that first are still going to want to be in spirits, but if you're kind of picking off all the spirits before they can get them, they may.
the other thing I'm interested in here is that Restless Apparition technically is like multicolor, like you said, but I think it can be pulled off in like white main splash something, or like
Yeah,
if we have a second color that isn't black, we could pull it off.
that's true. I've actually seen a lot of like mono white decks
Mm-hmm.
because there's just enough powerful white cards to sort of go in on that. So
Yeah.
like if we end up being mostly white and then like, play like red or something like that, then we could probably still use the apparition.
So if we had picked Monolith Guile Monolith,
We'd be strong on a plan at that point.
yeah.
But
This is
just steal our opponent's things. But this is a more reasonable plan.
okay. Looking through here, there's nothing again that stands out immediately in that plan. So let's look at other standouts. We have some good blue cards, and an Azorius Chancery. Um, hmm.
It's also Flare Husk if we want to go real in on the white artifacts plan, but I don't know if we really want to go that far in at this point.
No, I'm not. I'm actually looking at the blue pretty heavily, like trying to figure out what I want to do with if there's something I can do with that. I realize I've passed a decent amount of blue, but the blue in here is extremely powerful. Like, is
Yeah.
Water Servant or Narcolepsy worth picking up here?
Water Servant kind of negates our Restless Apparition. I don't think we can play both those in the same deck. So, but Narcolepsy I think would be possible.
Okay, well then let's go with the Narcolepsy, since that's the one that um, we can work best with what we have, and also is like it's pretty good removal.
Yeah.
Okay, so here we have another Narcolepsy and an Air Servant. Looks like
I'm
blue should have been the choice here. Dang.
yeah, like that Air Servant. Like I said that it's best if your deck has a plan, but then again, Air Servant just is a plan in itself.
Right.
Like,
Like,
how about we just play an Air Servant then protect it for like 3 turns?
I'm fine with that. Um. Okay, I'm definitely gonna keep picking up this blue here. Maybe we get things to come back around. Feel bad passing the Narcolepsy because I want to cut it off now. I'd like to just shut the
Right.
door on blue so that the other because like right now the blue player on my left is going to get Water Servant Narcolepsy, thinking
Yeah,
blue is
gonna
open.
go Mana Leak Guile, Mana Leak Water Servant, Narcolepsy, and be like, blue's way open.
Yeah. So we need to shut that door if possible. And then there's Azorius freaking Chancery, which, if this is what we're doing, looks really nice. I think that's
Yeah,
better than Helium Squirter.
that's what I would pick here. Like, the white and the blue in the pack aren't great, and I don't really want to. After we've taken 3 white cards and 2 blue cards, I don't really want to switch yet. Devouring Greed is super. Like, if we go all in on spirits, is decent.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But
Here's the thing with Devouring Greed: even if you just sack one spirit to it, I'm sorry, it actually doesn't. Yeah, it is. Uh, Devouring Greed does have X equals 1 base.
right. And that's the important thing is that like you have, like if you sack a spirit, it like does stuff already. Plus, like you don't really need to sack your Thief of Hopes to it because it's those kind of do the same thing. Like half of that already.
All right. And
So
we're seeing the blue still around.
yeah, I'm eyeing that Vapor Snag.
Just pick that up as a trick. Novjin Sages is not what we want to be doing. Inexorable Tide. Again, those two are cards that are like, play Proliferate, it's
Yeah.
a cool game plan, but
Inexorable Tide isn't good in the abstract, but I have seen a blue black deck that got kind of nuts with it.
yeah,
Um,
well, the thing is it's very narrow. Like, it only works in
Yeah.
that deck.
But I mean, it's this sort of thing in Modern Masters where it's a rare that when it works so well.
Um, well, speaking of the counters deck, I could just start picking things up for that. Or Kami of Ancient Law?
Ancient Law is fine.
Because we still have the Baku. If I'm in white, I'm still, like, I still would want to be able to support Baku.
But think about this. Baku with Thrumming Bird.
So if we get a counter on it,
We then get a counter on it forever.
I think I want the Kami just to get the first counter,
Yeah,
because my only other card to do that is Restless Apparition.
I was just letting value speak through me. Whoa, okay, blue is kind of open.
All right, can we live? Can the dream live?
Next pack, we're probably getting no blue, right?
Guile. We're gonna get Guile back, and then
It's gonna come back around, and we're gonna be the only blue player.
we'll be the only blue player because everyone else is like, well, blue looks open, but I've passed so much blue. Like, it's that, you know? I've been that player. Everybody's been that player. It's like, oh, yeah, blue's so good. Somebody's going to have a really good blue Tobal Field Hatchling. Okay, all right. No, we don't get it back. Rip.
Yeah, Sky Hyper Skirmishers is okay. I think it's. I don't think we can play the Crusher. Steady Progress is also.
I guess this is the choice here, ain't it? Like, what do I
Yeah.
actually want to do? Is
I
steady?
think so, because like even if it's just a 2/1 flyer, like
Ah, God, I don't have any ways to pump this. I'm a crusher person. I'm grabbing the crusher.
all right, okay.
Yeah.
What?
Okay, so somebody took the Guile as a rare draft.
Yeah.
All right, blue is wide open.
Blue
Like
is freaking. I think we may have to put the rest of this operation in the side soon.
at this point, like this is gonna be difficult. I'm gonna put it in the side at the moment. So
Yeah, but
let's.
in second mana leak.
Yeah. Look at our nice removal suite of Arrest, Monolith. I'll take a Telling Time. Hell
Sure.
yeah.
Yeah, find us one of our mana leaks.
Yeah, or Vapor
Now we just
Sting.
need to get rares to kill our opponents.
I would accept even uncommons more like Air Servant to
Yeah,
kill our
like
opponents.
another air. Yeah, perfect. Because we have like a Vapor Snag, 2 mana leaks, and Narcolepsy, and a rest. Like our deck is like.
This can be a sideboard card. It works
Yeah.
with Moxley and Baku.
Yep.
I don't care about either of these. Yeah,
Take that in case we need it.
Sure.
Yeah, just in case.
So, look, I'm not taking out the Baku yet because, like, yeah, we only have one other card to make it work, but I'm not going to cut it yet. Oh, there's a frickin' first pick.
Oh, damn.
Hell yes. Okay, so Precursor Golem, you've probably seen me or Kabanaw or Kaz or Gnome all cast this card in Cube. Yeah, it's real.
It's great. Love Precursor Golem.
We have a very good friend of the show, Artisan of Kozilek, who's very strong. But like this is the win con you want.
All right, what do we want back out of here?
Monolith, Arrest, Kami of Ancient Law. Hell, like there's no way we get Nameless or Scatter the Seeds. Those are gone. I would want either Arrest, Monolith, or Kami #2.
Yeah. What do we expect back? What's below the
Manly.
cut?
Below the cut is is a Thrumming Bird.
I think we may get the Thrumming Bird back.
I think we get that and the Monolith maybe. Like nobody's in
That's
blue.
true. That's true. How many mana leaks would you play in a deck?
I would play in limited a large number, not infinite,
Okay.
but a large number.
At some point, you need to play something that will not just stop your opponent.
Like if I had Guile, I might go Guile and Monolith as my only game plan. But
Now, what if you had 23 mana leak and your opponent has 23 spells? And you stop every single one of them. I like Aether Snipe.
yeah, I'm just sitting here looking at Ghost Council, going but there's no like that's not possible.
And that's the original Ghost Council, right?
Yes, it is. It's the good old Ghost Dad himself here to. He's actually a lot worse now that damage on the stack doesn't work. Like
Yeah.
a lot of his power came from the fact that he could smack for 4 and then leave.
Right.
Aether Snipe. Here's a real question. Like, if I actually see a second color that isn't white that has powerful enough, like, cards, I would consider
lose-
flipping.
Yeah, we lose the Arrest, but that like the other two things are replaceable.
Right. So, like, I guess I want to leave that vocally open. That, like, say Nameless Inversion tabled for some goddamn reason. You know, that sort of thing.
Right.
So,
Or like if we see a huge black bomb.
right. Like, if we open a bomb rare that could possibly be playable, I'm not going to rule that out. Aether Snipe gives us a creature and a bounce spell. Air Servant, Dose, Mana Leak, Cloud Elemental, Electrolyze still hanging out, but yeah, so if I pick up this other air servant, am I just done on win cons? Is that all I want?
That gives you Air Servant Crusher.
Air servant, and then like also
Oh, and then
precursor could do
yeah,
it too.
yeah,
Like,
that's Precursor Go Home is 9 power. So, yeah, I think so.
yeah. So we will be on the air servant plan. We can't lose in the air.
And our mana leaks are basically 2 drops.
Yeah. I guess yeah, I'm not gonna pick that ghost ad specifically because I don't feel like I'm heavy in white already, and that would involve me in my almost mono blue deck at this point, splashing for white, white, black, black. Like I've splashed for Debt of the Deathless, but that was in a deck playing white or black, you know? Like ooh yeah. This is the precursor golem combo.
Yeah.
But yeah, air servant number 2, and then we from here we want like removal and cards that are decent. We're not getting any of that in this pack. Hmm.
The Aqueduct is nice for splashing black. Journey saves a creature. Like,
Otherworldly Journey with Precursor Golem and Aether Snipe is
ooh.
it doesn't work as exactly
No,
how
yeah,
we
it doesn't
want,
work quite as you want.
but
Um,
it also is a Baku activation.
yeah. And it like brings our Air Servant back as a, 5/4. So,
Ah, God, I feel really like this is probably like a 23rd if we're even playing it.
yeah, but like,
But then it's like other picks would be like artifacts I don't care about, Aqueduct.
yeah.
So I'm just gonna pick the Otherworldly Journey, and we'll see where it leads. More telling time.
There's a
Looks like there's some.
Thoughtcast.
Thoughtcast is difficult for me to want to pick here because we have one artifact. Like it's really good if we played the Precursor Golem,
Yeah, gets it
but
down to less than a divination, but there's also Chalice.
we do have some top end, and I don't feel like we need telling time.
No, we already have a Telling Time. I don't really know if we'd want to, because like it really is just a filter.
Yeah.
Um,
I like that better than the thing. There is that we're also going to like we may want mana for air servants to be able to be used. So let's. This seems like a fine pick.
mhm.
This is a mono rock that got a lot of work done in standard. Somber Hoverguard.
There's another Snag.
Yeah, another Vapor Snag. How many of those would I end up wanting to play? Not a ton.
Yeah. Hoverguard would probably end up being maybe. I mean, if you play the Precursor Golem, like I guess if you play the Chalice, then you play the Precursor Golem, like it gets it down to like a 2 mana flyer. But like, what would you pay for a 3/2 flyer? 4 mana.
4 mana. Like
So if you play an artifact, you're getting a slightly expensive 3/2 flyer. Yeah.
yeah. Yes, we passed Guile and went on blue anyway because nobody else did. Like
Yeah.
we passed Mana Leak pick 1, Mana Leak pick 3, and they tabled. So like the hell if we're gonna like just give up because those cards came back and be like, yep, right off blue.
I like Evolving Wilds here.
Okay, that's fair. I'm sitting here thinking about like, can we turn into artifact? Like
You could potentially,
I don't know. I don't actually.
but like, do you want to do that for a Frogmite?
No, that's the thing. Like none of the cards here are like Thoughtcast is good enough to maybe do it, but the Thoughtcast doesn't help us do it.
Right.
I don't know.
Like
Like
that's great if we end up getting in that spot, but
yeah,
But-
yeah. I guess it is worth noting that yeah, there's black going on here, but Jeez, again, we're just getting Frogmite telling time. Look at these common runs. Waking Nightmare
should we
too.
just start taking Frogmites in case that's where we have to go? Like
What-
otherwise it's a Kami.
Yeah, Kami is like okay, I guess. Like again, I'm fine with Kami of Ancient Law, but yeah. Again, I'm just not happy with our white. I really like our blue, but I just don't like our white.
right, first throwing bird. Yeah, that's what I thought was gonna come
Okay,
back.
okay.
What does throwing bird do for us here?
Let's just tick up Everflowing Chalice, +1/+1 counter from Otherworldly Journey, and nothing else.
Everflowing chalice.
That's why I said that was the first card I
Oh,
mentioned.
was it? Oh, sorry.
Yes.
I blanked that one out of my brain. I think the thrumming bird, just because the sky hunter. I don't know if like we want to play that heavy white.
All right, you know what? We're okay. Waxbane Baku number
Eh,
2.
that's a fine 3-drop. We're low on those.
Cloud Elemental.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
I don't care about any of these. Let's take like Sign and
I'll take the foil. Yeah.
Goodbye. Frogmite, Somber Hover. Oh my god. Okay.
All right. Maybe we do just take every artifact.
Well, I'm gonna leave these. Like, I don't think we actually can do Affinity. Like this. Like even one pack isn't gonna be enough.
Hmm.
Bird also hits Baku. You're right. Okay. Somebody brought.
Oh, that's right.
I just kind of wrote that.
Hello. Maybe we can do it.
What is this garbage? I love it. What if I
Oh,
just?
important note. If you have two precursor golems on the battlefield, they both trigger.
You're gonna get a lot of messy triggers. It's beautiful. I really
We have
I want a mighty leap. You can,
yes. Oh man, yes.
mighty leap.
Um,
This is
we have nothing in our deck right now that really helps that.
no,
Like,
no. We can
like
vapor.
Vapor Stag just makes us lose a shitload of life.
Yeah, like infinite life. There's a.
Edge Oracle with Thunderbird is real cool.
Yeah, if you can get that actually above the 4 counters, that Storkel becomes very powerful. Like if you, either just getting it to 5 so it lives through the usage, or like high enough, like it's very good. Anyway, Precursor Golem. That's
Yeah, Precursor Golem number 2.
What if I just keep opening the thing?
What do you just need to get to 5 mana? Where's our Muldrifter?
Where is our Muldrifter? This is looking like Monolink, unless I wanted to pick Wings of Veles Veil for the like Precursor Golem kill turn, but
Yeah, to make our 6 golems into 4/4 flyers
you know,
and deal 24 damage to our opponent because we haven't hit them once this game.
right. Yeah, okay.
Honestly, it looks like we will actually be able to deal damage. We have 2 Bakus, a Cloud Elemental, and Air Servants. Like we'll be attacking like by making so they can't block pretty easily.
Yeah. Honestly, I think that the zoo's right. We play the first Precursor Golem and just wait for them to answer it, then
Right,
drop
yeah.
number 2. Like we don't bother with like
Unless we have it like, like something to do right away.
mm,
Like what if we have Otherworldly Journey in 7 mana?
yeah, okay, I would do that. Um I yeah, okay. We don't have a lot of low drop creatures. Yeah, that's actually real.
Yes, we do. It's Mana Leak.
Hey, how you doing?
Narcolepsy is fine. Uh,
I would also
Grav Mate is. Hmm?
I was gonna say Blinding Soul Eater and Glastus Hulk are
Ooh.
both real.
Yeah, those are also good. Do we want a creature that basically acts like Narcolepsy with a cost?
It's a little more mobile, lot more susceptible to removal.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I'm fine just picking up more narcolepsies.
Yeah.
I doubt the Soul Eater will table. Glastus Hulk, though.
Yeah.
Definitely could, yes. Absolutely.
Play Precursor Golem,
Right.
which is also dangerous because it means that that gets affected by anything that targets Precursor Golem.
Yes, because it is a golem.
But it would get +3/+3 that turn, so
Mm-hmm.
and then can't be blocked.
Ether-
Ethercast Knight.
Ethercast Knight and Narcolepsy. Ethercast Knight owns. It's like every
Yeah.
single plan I possibly could want. Like, For our win con attack, am I willing to pass up Narcolepsy the third for it? And
I think so.
we'll just table the Mighty Leap.
Yeah, yeah, totally. Yeah, I mean it's a good two drop. We already have two Vapor Snays, three Mana Leaks, two Narcolepsies, and an Arrest.
Yeah, like not all. This is like every single two drop. It's an artifact. It's just very very good with what we have. We're not the affinity plan, but so the artifact part isn't terribly relevant. But like it's still a very good card.
Yeah.
Um,
And the Exalted is kind of relevant because we can leave it back as a 1/3 to block and attack with an Air Servant.
yeah, like Air Servant becomes a 4-turn clock with it. Mox Crusher becomes a 9/9. Cloud Elemental here, just another like.
That looks fine to me.
Here's another creature for us to go in on.
Basilica, we never found anything we want to splash black for, and I don't think we're gonna find anything now. So, yeah.
Yeah, like at this point, I highly doubt we get anything that would be like pickable and splashable over. So here's something I'm looking at in our deck: is how much white do we actually care to be? But
How black? Wait, sorry, what? I blanked out for a second.
sorry, how white are we actually going to end up being? Like
I see
Waxbane Baku is a bit difficult to pull off when we only have like 3 other cards that trigger it.
Right.
Mutagenic
and-
Growth is definitely something we could choose here for the stupid power.
Oh boy.
Hella dumb power. Can I get like a cantrip that targets?
Oh hell yeah, that'd be freaking sick.
No, I can just get more narcolepsy. That's fine.
Yeah, that's not a problem. Wings of Elspell is also here. Leyland of Sanctity is for those certain times when your opponent has lightning bolts.
Hmm.
We could have had all the Frogmites,
We could have. We definitely could have been like hyper artifact base. Sphere of the Suns?
Yep. How well do you think Thoughtcast works now? Not super great still?
Actually, probably just fine. Like, because, like, now at this point, it's like we have one precursor golem and then it's a refill.
Yeah.
But Sphere of the Suns is the let us play the golem early.
That's true.
Also, fixing, which I'm fine having one more piece of fixing.
Plus, Thunderbird means we get to use it forever.
Yep. I think we're probably fine playing the Thrumming Bird. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, it's a 2-mana flyer. Like, it doesn't deal a ton of damage, but, like, it still flies.
Repeal, you say?
Ooh. Repeal on our, Priest Golem? Or, actually, no. Repeal on a Golem token.
Yeah, so it's just like a bounce the tokens and draw a bunch of cards if it's in. So that's the response to the kill spell at it? Also,
Yeah.
also Repeal's just a damn good card.
Wait, does repeal if you target a... So wait, you can target any... Wait, no.
It's X. It has an X in its cost.
Okay, so it will just fizzle on... Could have done it. It'll just fizzle when you target, if you target a golem token?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do I actually care about that over Evolving Wilds?
Not really. That's like, I mean, I guess it's like a card that wins us the game if we have our pre-circle out, which is somewhat more likely. But then this also just makes us like way more.
Yeah.
I kind of like the Graph Mage if we had more Thrumming Birds, but
Nah, I don't even know what I care to grab out of here. Like, there's nothing really that good. There we go. All right.
yeah, I got one.
See, this is what I was betting on.
Mm-hmm. Take the shiny.
Yeah, sure. Oh, hey, we get both.
All right, yeah, sure, fine.
All right.
I do sometime want to try the counters deck, like the blue-green graph deck that surely exists.
I think it exists, like, though you have to, like... That's one of those decks that just needs every card in the world to actually function.
Yeah, it's like Storm in Vintage Masters.
Yeah. Okay, so this is the... Oh my god.
God, we have so many twos and so few two-drop creatures.
It's actually really funny. I like it.
Yeah, we're basically playing a control deck.
I'm fine with that. Like,
Yeah, I am too.
hell, I'm even fine with, like... The only regret I have is the Guile on pick 2, but... That
Yeah,
easily
we
could have
could have
gone
known.
either way. Like, how was I to know that mana leaks were tabling, you know?
Yeah.
Alright, so let's cut that. We have 3 lands, so we need to make... Alright, so let's cut out, like, Wings of Velis, Vel, and... I'm sitting here thinking how... Alright, so... Waxbane Baku, Waxbane Baku, Otherworldly Journey, and Thrumming Bird, sort of.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's all that works at the Bakus. So are they... What do we want to play white for, I guess is the question.
Right, like, that's actually my question is, like, could we actually just, like, make this mono blue and see what happens?
We could. I'd still want to, because we have like a decent fixing. I want to splash for the arrest and the Ethercast Knight, but like Mighty Leap.
Ooh, okay.
Like the Mighty Leap, I think is worth keeping in just because of its like sorry, we have 15 power in the air, you die now ability.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but like those three cards with like two Evolving Wilds, Azorius Chancery, and Sphere of the Suns is like play a planes and we're good.
We could, There's always somebody else in artifacts. That's
Yeah.
not
Oh yeah,
something...
because the glass Dust Hulk never came back.
No, it didn't. Thrumming Birds. Oh, yeah, we cut the Waxbane Bakus. The Thrumming Birds basically have no purpose.
Yeah, that means that they're that it gets Everflowing Chalice, Fear of the Suns, and we cut the thing that the other thing. So I guess Hummingbird really is not worth it this time.
No.
So
Pick
it's
one,
out.
pack one was Arrest. It was
Yep.
Arrest versus, like, Kozilek's Predator versus, like, the rare was like, what, Lodestone Mirror?
Yeah.
It was Arrest versus Kozilek's Predator versus Monolink, and we tabled the Monolink anyway.
Yeah. If we had, in hindsight, would have taken the Monolink, because we would know that we would have gotten like looking at this now, 3 mana leak Stoke Rebuttal, man, Guile would be good. It'd be like freaking nuts in this deck.
So the thing with Mighty Leap is I could just switch that out for Wings of Velis Vel, and
That's true.
like, that's a
You
little less
lose.
power. Actually,
I mean, you lose 3 power off that, basically.
well, also the ability to, like, use it on Ulamog's Crusher or something.
Right, yeah. Um, and like Aether Snipe, it just gives it flying.
No mass. Do we want Ulamog's Crusher?
Well, let's see. How do we have Everflowing Chalice and Sphere of the Suns to ramp to it?
Yeah, that's it. We don't have any other ways up to 8, so, like, that's difficult.
Yeah, I mean, we're kind of playing the long game here.
Right, which means we do need to make... We both need to cut down to get 17 lands, but also, like, that Crusher could be useful. The problem I'm seeing is that, like, with double Air Servant, double Precursor Golem, like, is it necessary to include one as a finisher?
That's true.
Like,
I
it's
don't know
not...
if we necessarily do.
I guess the other question is, like, what else could we do we want to take out here? Like, we need to make one cut.
I can see us taking out the Telling Time, but I like that one because it gives us something to do. If we leave up mana for a counter and our opponent does nothing, we can then Telling Time instead.
Right. Aether Snipe's not unreasonable to say to cut 2, because that would also fix the, like, way too much top-end plan, and we do have double Vapor Snake Repeal as
That's true.
bounce.
Yeah, that'd be fine to cut.
We are the most control deck.
Okay, yeah, we have 8 creatures.
Well,
Okay.
right, and 5 of them are win cons, and then it's 2 cloud elementals that can't block, and Aethercast Knight holding down the ground alone.
Yep. So let's hope we don't run into tokens. That's basically our bad matchup.
We just like Vapor Snag all the tokens and repeal all the tokens and. Okay, so this is gonna be like 1 plains and all blue from there.
Oh yeah.
Sorry, that's not happening there. So, because we have Sphere of the Suns, 2 Evolving Wilds, and Azorius Chancery.
Yeah. That's already 5 blue sources. Or
Hell,
white
like,
sources, I mean.
maybe I could go up to. I could be convinced to go up to 2 plains, but. Just to make it 5 sources.
I mean, we're already at 5 sources.
Or, I'm sorry,
Right?
5 lands that are, and then Sphere of the Suns. Yeah, so
Oh,
we're
yeah.
at 5 sources. Like basically, so we have 1 more because if I add in a second planes, the odds of me getting knocked off of single blue on turn 2, which is what I need, are so goddamn low. But if I'm only playing 1 planes, I guess it's 0% instead of 1%. So
Yeah. Like the main thing is that like we don't need a planes before turn 3.
Right, outside of Aethercast Knight, but
Right, yeah, that's sorry. Yeah, I missed that one. That's like the one thing that we'd want to cast on turn 2. Um, but like Mighty Leap's not getting cast until we're using it to kill our opponent.
okay.
Arrest isn't really doing much until we need to like really get rid of a threat.
I like that Stoic Rebuttal is like the bad cancel, and then we play Precursor Golem, and it immediately becomes Counterspell.
Yeah, perfect.
Beautiful. All right, let's rock with this.
Yeah.
I am happy with the deck. I like decently happy with it. It's got power. It's unique. This is not a plan I have seen before.
Yeah. Um, that's one of the things I like about the format. I mean, they just put in Mana Leak and Arrest at common, so like, like there's the tool already. The tools there for a deck, for like a control deck.
Oh, good. Oh, yeah, this is keepable.
Yeah,
I was really scared because I thought it was a 1-lander, and then I'm like, oh no, Evolving Wilds. All right.
Yeah, no, this is great. We have like, turn 1 Evolving Wilds, turn 2 Sphere of the Suns, turn 3 Cloud Elements if we need to.
Yeah, with
Like,
like
this
Vapor
is
Snake up,
Yeah, like this seems like almost everything in this hand is playable except for that Precursor Golem.
which is like a land or 2 away.
Yeah. See, we're like already there.
Bad cancel. Okay, and then we go grab our planes.
Nope. And then, yeah, we have all the mana we need forever.
Yep, we could use 1 more land
That's all.
until Umog's Crusher shows up.
Yeah, then we need every land forever, thanks.
Yeah.
You know what this deck is missing?
What's this deck missing?
Mall Drifter.
Yeah. Hey.
I think we're playing 5-color. Cool, so we can play Vapor Snag, or Precursor Golem next turn. Which probably gets bolted.
More than likely.
Or, I guess like Tribal Flames may do it, but that's like still like there's still 2 basic types away, or I guess 1 because we saw the forest already.
Yeah. He passed on 3.
Pass on 4.
What is my opponent holding? I'm attacking.
Yep.
It's got to be a pile of removal, right? Like my Precursor Golem's dead, right?
Yeah. Yeah, but I mean,
We gotta look.
Whatever.
Show
Like,
us the answer.
yeah, like you gotta do something here, buddy. You can't just do nothing forever and then expect to win.
Right. Like I'm gonna produce 9 power. Thanks.
We're the only ones who get to do nothing forever and then win.
Please show me your actual removal spells. Nothing on 4.
Nothing. All right, Tribal Flames here, right?
Yeah, like Tribal Flames kill the Precursor Golem, right? Really want to untap.
What's the rude trick, Medibot?
Tell us a rude trick, Medibot.
What?
Cards are fake.
Okay, let's attack with everything.
I bet he's off color.
Yeah, they needed the blue. The plays are like 3 blue cards.
What is even happening here?
They haven't. Okay.
Is this a kill
What's this?
spell? What is going
Wrecking
on
Ball?
here? Grim
Grim
Affliction.
Affliction. Grim Affliction. Okay, that does kill all of them. That's pretty neat.
That does. Well, I mean, then we're gonna.
Well, no, it doesn't kill all of them. It kills.
No, the proliferate. Yeah, it doesn't.
It kills one of them. Please kill our precursor golem. No, it'll kill the precursor golem. Will get away with 2-1/1/1 counters on it.
Wait, so you're,
Um,
so you're
so
telling
wait,
me you let him hit me for the damage and then pick it up?
Yes, I'm saying let him kill the golems, then do 1 damage, then Vapor Snake back your precursor golem, and then cast it again. You only lose 1 life off of that, and yeah, that's all they get to do.
Okay, so
Right?
Yeah, so okay, we'll let each of these play out singly.
Yes.
So
What's going to happen here is one of them is going to target. So one of those is going to die on the second one. One of them will die on the third one, but then you can bring back just the precursor golem after those 2 are dead. And you still get to deal damage.
all right, so second one happens. It's targeting here. We're going to watch. Wait, what was play golem?
So yeah.
there?
Yep, so that one goes to 1/1. That one dies.
Ooh, God, Medibot's trick is really rude, and I like it.
Yeah.
All right, so we let this occur. This
Yeah,
dies,
see, this all resolves. Like, no problem.
and then we hit him.
Yeah. And then second main, we Vapor Snag it back and cast it again. Yes, it is me, Trevor Kabanaw.
Do I want to?
You want to cast it again right now, or do you want to wait till you can protect it with another Vapor Snag? Because you could just play the Evolving Wilds and pass.
Yeah, I'm actually contemplating Medibot's rude trick he mentioned, where you play the precursor with the coming to play on the stack,
Oh.
pick it up.
Yeah, that is real rude. I think we might want to do that.
I'm willing to commit to a rude trick.
Yeah. Don't really have much to do unless he plays like a super bomb here that we need to just get out of the way and hope for another answer. But like we have a rest for that, so whatever.
Yeah.
All right, so domain is at 4 for our opponent, and we have another answer. Plus,
So?
then we have 2 golems on the battlefield that aren't like connected in any way, like they would be with precursor golem.
Yeah. So right now is when I pick it up.
Yes. Yep.
All right.
And we get 2 free golems. So like 6 power for 5 mana, not a bad deal. I guess it's 6 power for
Well, also
6 mana. So
we have
also we just get to use it again.
we have a backup waiting and
Did
ready.
we just buy back precursor golem?
Yeah, we did. We used buyback on it. I'm not committing anything to the board.
What is our like?
Okay, I'm really scared that my opponent is just gonna slam that domain discard spell at me, but I don't think it's in the set.
I don't think it is either, because all the domain cards are red and green.
Shout out to Medibot for the rude plan.
Yeah. Okay, they just do nothing.
My opponent was off. My opponent was off color, obviously.
What?
We learned
How?
nothing. We learned our
We
opponent's.
learned they have a Grim Affliction.
Okay.
And then we should expect domain cards, I guess.
Okay. Said domain card discard spell is not in Modern Masters 2. All right. Good. That was the spell I was scared of. Was him just going to go slam your hands gone, but.
He played one spell and we played around it.
Also, he had 7 cards in hand. Like, he kept that
Yeah.
in hand? You just got scouted hard. Opponent knows everything up. No, they don't. They don't know anything about a removal suite. Like,
No, they don't know that we have because like all we did was play 2 Vapor Snags. They don't know we have 3 Mana Leaks, 3 Narcolepsies, and a rest.
all right. So I think we just run it back. There's no
Yeah.
we
Yeah.
have nothing to scout to know if Tarashi's Grasp is good. We got, well, screw it.
We know that our opponent was mad that they didn't draw the right cards because they drew a few cards off the top after the game ended.
Yeah. Yeah. So given that nothing's changed, we're not going to adjust.
This is,
This is good enough.
yeah, this is keepable. Like it sucks we can't play the other Cast Knight on turn 2, but like
Well, we have.
we have Mana Leak to keep up instead, or potentially Sphere of the Suns to play. Hello. 2 more lands, please. All right, so this is probably a career, right?
Demir
Yep.
Aqueduct.
He got his blue.
He got his blue.
Congratulations.
Do I want to? Okay, I have a Vapor Snag. I'm good doing the sphere here
Yeah.
because we can just bounce a problem
Yep.
if a problem arises. So he was off blue.
I mean, it's weird because like blue isn't really one of the domain main colors, but maybe they're just playing an inordinate amount of blue.
I'm gonna play Aethercast Knight.
Yep. Because that also lets us keep a Mana Leak.
Yeah. Also, I don't care if it gets removed. I would much rather have my removal aimed at it.
Yep. Because like we're a land away from Precursor Golem again. That's
Nah.
worth Mana Leaking.
Nah, I'm good, thanks.
Yeah. Huh? Sorry. That's good because that's one of the things that's kind of annoying to have to Vapor Snag. Oh boy, we got tricks for days. We don't even have to let our opponent know that we have 2 in hand for a while. In fact, just because we can, let's make sure that if we're casting, like returning one to hand and casting another one, we're always casting the one we didn't cast last time.
We'll keep doing the Kansas City Shuffle.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll bounce land, and since he didn't make a play, I highly doubt he has something.
So they went from 4 mana to 3 mana on that turn, and we just play the Precursor Golem.
I think we run out of Precursor Golem here.
Yeah, because even if they do have the Grim Affliction and learn from last time to target the Precursor Golem first, or to not target the Precursor Golem first.
Yeah, I'm just gonna run it out. I'm
Yeah.
fine with this.
By the way, everybody, I don't think we mentioned this last time. If you're playing against Precursor Golem and you cast Grim Affliction, what do you target?
He targeted the ah!
That's how you play it,
Yeah,
because otherwise the Precursor Golem will resolve last.
Yep.
So we keep a 1/1 Golem.
Okay, so we traded. Look, we needed to get rid of his removal sooner or later.
Right, and we
s-
have another one
still have
backup.
Another one because we're idiot jerk lords.
And then if he tries to pull this shit again, we just return the Precursor Golem to hand.
Okay, I'm not gonna
It's-
play it though. I'm just
Yeah,
gonna...
no. Let's keep that last counter on there in case we get like an arrest or something like that. And yeah, so our opponent did nothing that turn.
Is continuing to.
They have 7 mana, so you'd think that they'd be doing something, unless now they're off white.
Is there? Wait, are they my Eldrazi deck?
That's fine because we have 2 Vapor Snags and Narcolepsy and a Mana Leak in hand.
Yeah. Alright, so if I do the Vapor Snake plan here, I lose my Sphere of the Suns, but I think it's worth it.
Yeah, just get more power on board.
Yeah.
We also wouldn't have mana to keep up to counter anything that he plays, but
But we have 2 bounce spells.
yeah. Well, 1 after this, but
Yeah. So we're gonna lose our golem here. That's fine.
yeah.
Let's see what his response is.
Oh, did they not? I wonder if they expected the second, the second Precursor Golem. Unfortunately, we lose 2 life on this instead of just 1, but
Right. So we upgrade one of our golems to a 3/3, and we get a second golem, and
yep.
we still are holding precursor golem in hand just in case.
And they did nothing that turn.
8th land for a crusher. Is that what this
On
is?
Crusher.
Rampant. Our opponent is definitely playing Ulamog's Crusher in their deck.
Hey, they have all their color now. And what are they playing on 6?
A
Savage
Wrath.
Twister.
All
Okay.
right.
I should just play a. Do we want to do the trick again? Precursor Gold. Buyback. Discard a card and pay 1 blue mana. And lose a life.
Lose a life. So this is Ulamog's Crusher, right?
Oh yeah, or maybe
Artisan
of Cause-alike to bring it back. Cause. Ooh,
Okay.
that's decent.
So obviously we have a thing we must do.
Mhm. And then probably we just trade with a Predator.
Yeah. So let's Narcolepsy. We don't attack.
Hmm.
Because it's still untapped.
Right. It doesn't. Yeah. Then do we keep up Mana Leak or do we play our Cloud Elemental?
I'm gonna go with the Cloud Elemental because we can't actually counter because
That's
of these
true.
Eldrazi spawns. The Mana Leak's just off at this point.
Yeah.
So let's get a board.
I guess that's one way to play around Mana Leak is just not play anything.
Yeah.
If you're playing white blue, do you just not seeing any of their enchantment removal spells side in an enchantment removal?
If they're in white blue, yes.
Okay.
Because
I'm wondering
they're
if we're gonna see that.
Pillory on Cloud Elemental.
Okay.
All right. And Mokta Riders is a 3/3. So, all right, our 3/3s trade off, and then we replace with another Precursor Golem.
Yes. And
We don't have the mana to keep that up.
nope. Ah, no trade. So they're probably banking on getting another color of mana.
Do I want to play Precursor here then, or do I just want to leave up counters?
Might want to leave up counters.
Yeah, let's leave up Counter Wall. If I had
Yeah.
the 7th mana, if that sphere had a counter left, I'd feel a lot better about it, but...
Right. But here, the good thing is we have a hard counter in case he casts something that we can't mana leak that we really need to get rid of.
Yeah. We are under a Mokta Rider's gun.
Yeah, but if they were able to make it a 4/4, they would have already.
Yeah.
So they're a little more. They have those Eldrazi spawn to chump with, but
Nuts. Well, it's just our white.
yeah. So in case we do draw that arrest for the Mokta Riders, so they probably start chumping here. Yeah.
Okay.
Now.
Yeah, the question is, can we afford to play... I don't think we can afford to let the counters down.
Yeah.
Because we can put them right back up the moment I untap.
Mhm.
So I'm going to take another 4 or 5 from Mokta Riders. The Cloud Elemental is going to start getting damagey too, but...
Right.
Okay, no 4th land. That's good.
Yep. Importantly, we haven't seen any blue out of our opponent yet. Or white, for that matter.
Yeah. Alright, another land, and let's go ahead and Evolving Wilds.
Yep. And our opponent just does nothing again, so... Ooh! Alright! So, we attack with our golem?
Yep.
Then we play Precursor Golem, which gives us Stoic Rebuttal for blue-blue.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, doesn't do much against something against removal on our Precursor Golem because, you know, we encounter one of them, but not all of them. But we do have Counterspell up now. And hopefully this will give us the fireworks finish. That's just what I call any finish where you kill your opponent by dealing massive amount of damage all at once.
So let's go ahead and keep our guy around.
Yep.
And then watch. So maybe the Mighty Leap would have been better to leave up there, but...
Yeah. That's true. So, if he attacks in, do we trade or do we...
He's got to have more removal in his hand, right? Yeah.
First landing.
Okay, so even if I left up Mighty Leap, that wasn't...
yeah,
wasn't
that was gonna happen.
So this is the turn where I like draw Ulamog's Crusher and look at it very sad-like because I have 7 mana.
Yeah, also because we're dead next turn.
Yeah, I know. Alright. Pillory. Alright, so I think we understand our opponent's deck a lot better.
Yeah. We've seen actual spells out of them. We've seen Travel Flames, Grim Affliction. Well, we saw Grim Affliction before, but we saw more Ramp. We saw Predator. We saw a Eldrazi, Mock Rider. So we know that they're Domain for sure now. Domain Ramp.
Yep.
And then we let the Pillory kill us. Unless they want to show us more stuff. Oh, cool. They have a Dragon Soul Knight. That's good to know.
Yeah.
Thanks.
See, that was the reason I stuck around in the game.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. What have we learned here then that could be useful knowledge for my sideboard?
Well, we have that Tarashi's Grasp if we want to get rid of like Pillory of the Sleepless.
Yeah. And who knows if that's the only target? Like, I don't know if it is. Actually, Otherworldly Journey is better for that, right?
Yeah, actually, that's a good point.
What about Otherworldly Journey out for Mighty Leap?
Yeah, I like that. It gives us another way to like do trickery with our What if we do that? What if we play Otherworldly Journey with Precursor's trigger on the stack?
Hey!
So we get a 4/4 and 4 3/3s.
Man, I would really like if he has Domain, he might have some. You're right.
That's true.
So maybe the Tarashi's Grasp is just fine.
I think it is actually, yeah. Because if we assume that we're gonna see any like 5/5 flyers, then that gets rid of a 5/5 flyer and gains us 5 life.
4 or yeah, 5. Sorry, this isn't that's CMC, not 4 like the one card I'm thinking of.
Oh, like the one from like Core Set recently.
Yeah, that's the one that was coming to mind.
Yeah, so that in for what did we take out for it?
I took out the Mighty Leap.
That's right. Yep. Okay.
Because that just feels like too much of a cute Ethercast Knight for Kami of Ancient Law. I'd be fine with that switch because
Kami's still just the 2/2.
Right, 2 power is really what I care about there, and that becomes a better removal spell. All right, let's roll with this, and we'll rock here.
Yeah, and we should keep in mind too that our opponent has a Wrath that we may want to counter. This hand looks great. Wow, it has an Air Servant in it.
Yep.
And we even have a 2-drop. The nice thing about our opponent is that we know that we never need to keep a counter up on turn 2 because they're going to play Karoo anyway.
Yeah. Do I want to just play the sphere then?
If you slam down the sphere, then next turn we can, yeah.
That'll leave up Kami and Monolith.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And 3 is the turn where I really need to start countering his shit anyway.
Right.
Worst he can do here is what, like Forest Rampant Growth?
Ooh.
Or does he actually have... No, okay.
Oh, a sphere.
Okay.
Alright. That's completely reasonable. Ooh. That means if we draw land, we are on Precursor Golem.
Mm-hmm.
Also, Air Serpent, so, you know.
Yeah.
As your opponent thinking of which land to play. Yes.
Okay. Yeah, okay.
Yep. So let's just start attacking in for 2 and keeping up removal spells.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I was wondering if they're going to play something.
Something like Bolt It or...
Yeah, I mean, the nice thing is that we have enough mana up for 2 mana leaks in a turn.
Mm-hmm.
So if they decided something on our end step, we could counter that and then also counter something on their turn, but they just do nothing. Hmm.
If my opponent didn't do anything on 5, if I blow up Sphere of the Suns, he's not going to do anything on 5 again, right? And I have Narcolepsy to answer shit that he does do, so I think tapping out for Tarashi's Grasp on that would be fine.
Yeah. Yeah, it's basically a time walk.
Like, yeah, but again, yeah, just my thought process is that if he didn't do anything...
Oh, wow.
Really? On the splash?
Huh. Alright.
My
Wow,
heart.
That did own us, but I mean, then again, it mana leaked a Tarashi's Grasp instead of mana leaking, freaking Precursor.
This
Golem,
is
so.
Combust.
Combust?
I couldn't mana leak that anyway.
Excuse me?
I'm sorry. I guess it does hit like blue creatures if he saw any of those, but like I can't counter it. So
Yeah.
again, me tapping out for mana leak had no ill effect there. So whatever.
Yeah, unless they play like a big 6-drop here, which would kind of suck, but like we have Narcolepsy, so.
Yeah, Narcolepsy plus leak. So like, looks like he's just playing more bounce lands.
Yep, just. So hopefully we do draw like a land here. Yes.
Do we want to slam Precursor? Is that, or is Air Servant more?
What did we see for answers out of him? Right now,
Grim Affliction,
Doesn't kill-
Savage Twister, Burst Lightning, which he can't kick fully at the moment. And there was one other burn spell he had.
Tribal Flames, which is for 1 right now. Which is for, and we haven't seen any other basics out of him. We've seen Mountains and Karoos.
So Air Servant?
Yeah, I think Air Servant's less because like Grim Affliction gets, crazier when you cast multiples at once.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas Air Servant just kind of like does okay.
So you could Tribal Flames for 2.
Yeah.
Nocta Riders is a
All right.
2/2.
That's a decent gray area, I suppose. They're holding up some sort of a response here, right?
I don't care though.
Yeah. Or like some sort of a counter, or like, yeah. This is like I said, why I like telling time, because like we can just do nothing this turn. Or do we want to? We can Narcolepsy the Nocta Riders. Maybe wait for that to be actually scary.
I would say
Yeah.
we're at 20, and our opponent is known Eldraziman. Like it's
Yeah.
our only removal spell.
They're at 7 right now, so they're 1 land away from just. All right, Tribal Flame still doesn't do it.
I'm fine with that. That's
Yeah.
good knowledge. So again, this is just a 2/2, telling time to go find us more relevant cards, do some filtering.
Mhm.
What is this?
Uh, we could cast 2 mana to get rid of it, but like,
I think we can't care about it.
yeah, like okay. I mean, it kind of sucks because it means that like, if they leave mana
If
up, then we can, you know, then we'll be a little weaker to stuff they can do. But like, ooh,
repeal looks nice. All these look nice, but I don't think Cloud Elemental is needed if we can just keep Air Elemental on the board.
yeah. So I think we grab that repeal.
Okay, so let's go repeal to hand, land on
Um,
top.
yeah, because then we could. I think that'll mean that we can like bounce back a 3 drop and still keep up
Mana
mana
leak.
leak.
Yep. Again, not that we need to bounce back. All we need to do is connect with Air Servant 3 times.
Yeah,
And,
like they have 5 power on board now, but like we're still at 18.
yeah. Sorry, the reason I'm sitting here thinking a lot on the Plaxcaster Frogling is because it can graft and hand Shroud off to other creatures,
Right.
which is the more relevant thing to me. Is this a kill spell for Burst Lightning Kicked? So
Yep.
you can please cut that out.
Get out of here.
Sorry, we don't want any.
Now it's you who's been owned with by mana leak.
Yeah,
And there are a lot of mana leaks going around this draft.
absolutely. Yes!
Oh, yeah, still not burst lightning or still not tribal flames.
Yep, still not Tribal Flames. Do I want to end step the Makta Riders?
Mm, probably not.
Nah, that anyway.
Nope. Let's connect 2 more times. And then just pass turn. See if... And they just had nothing on that turn, so... Okay. I like...
Okay.
Honestly can't comprehend how our opponent does so little.
I know, so many cards in hand, but nothing happening. What has he got, like Banefire for my life total?
Oh man, that would be...
Yeah, that'd be bad if that actually occurred. Savage Twister for 3, huh?
Do we just repeal our Air Servant back?
We don't have the mana for that.
Oh, that's right. We could...
We just let it happen and then play.
Yeah, it just happens. Yeah, then play Precursor roll 'em.
Yeah.
That sucks, but like... I'm just you're shrugging. Oh, we can counter whatever this is, though. If we want to.
I don't think I care.
No.
We can repeal the token for nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just don't care about that.
Mhm.
And a land. Sweet.
Alright,
One card left in our opponent's hand. Let's go ahead and drop down Precursor Golem with a lot of mana back up.
whatever it is, they can't kill it right now. Like, they can't kill it on our turn.
Mm-hmm.
And then I guess next turn, like, no matter what they do, they can basically kill it no matter what. But
So what, Tribal Flames for kill it?
were they
Yep.
sandbagging that? No, because they must have
No.
just drawn that swamp off the top.
They must have just drawn that swamp off the top, and I can't save any of those. I could
Yeah.
I could repeal the token that's being targeted, but that doesn't do anything for me.
No.
Um,
Yep. God, that is, like, annoyingly perfect.
I can repeal his Germ token
Do that just to draw a card?
and stop us from taking damage.
That's true. Because we are pretty low now.
Yeah.
God, they drew, like, the answer off the top to not die.
Yep, that's fine. So, bounce the Bay of Blue.
Oh no, we're wasting a mana.
I'm fine with that. He has literally nothing to do. And we drew
We get
Precursor
to draw the
Golem!
Precursor Golem! You know, if you can top deck, so can we.
You know what? Do it again. Nope.
Not doing it. Boom.
Precursor golem. All right then.
Well, what if they ripped the tribal flames off the top and they were sandbagging the swamp?
I don't. Well, with Machta Riders, like, there's no way they sandbag that
Yeah,
swamp
that's
for
true.
so long.
That's true. But man, that would be next level shit.
All right.
Oh, and our opponent let quit man TGO after losing. Now that I look at Manalik's art, is that hair or a cape?
Ooh. I'm gonna go with the tattered cape.
Yeah, that's probably it. Because like no hair's coming off the front of his head.
Well, because it fits with the thing that he's wearing on the front too.
Yeah.
Like it kind of matches the same little tattered. But like,
I just love that he basically has like Grey Universe's hair. Oh, it's a hair
like,
cape.
It's like Jotaro, yeah, like a JoJo. Yep. Yes, but I didn't care because I only had one play.
And our opponent, like in the abstract, that is the correct thing to do.
Okay.
Oh, we were the last one to finish.
All right. Yeah, but yes, in like the abstract, I agree that tapping the Karu would be like better because I get less owned by something like Tech Edge if Tech Edge is in this set.
It's just that the secret is you don't always have to play exactly optimally in order to win.
I try to.
Yeah, I know. But sometimes the amount of effort you're putting into it, like into playing perfectly all the time, like at least for me,
so
can like lead to me getting exhausted.
Yeah, it's. Yes, we'd like to play first, and
I think this is our first mole.
Yep, that's gotta be. I'm on the play. No chance.
We can play Chalice for 0. Okay.
This is keepable, not the best.
This like holds off until we can draw something real.
Yeah. So I played yesterday in a Game of Thrones event, and for those who have never played it, which is every single person listening to me right now, there is no game that takes up more crazy mental space than Thrones. Like, Thrones board states, Thrones game effects, like, you literally need, like, it's ridiculous how much space is taken up by what's going on. Every board state is completely ridiculously complex. And, like, even in the finals of the event, we made no less than 4 completely illegal plays. Like just like,
that sounds exactly correct for a Game of Thrones game.
Yeah, well, the thing with Thrones is that you start in the middle of the game. Like, you draw your opening 7, you get to play 5 gold worth of cards, and then draw back up, and then the game starts. So you don't start on turn 1, you start on turn 4. Effectively.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. That owns 1 land in our deck. They play that for money.
Do I counter that?
We have another. That's a card that like we can't really narcolepsy, we can. Yeah, just counter it.
I'm just countering it.
Like we have nothing to like block it with yet. So like,
if I don't counter it, you know what the top card of my deck is, right? Like,
right? Yeah.
it becomes Azorius Chancery. Yes, I do play Dominion. I own the base game, and then we have Intrigue, Prosperity, and Dark Ages as like.
I'm looking at them right now. I have the base game and Prosperity.
Prosperity's a good one. I also don't.
Like yeah. And the good thing is you can also tell in time this turn to actually find a thing to do.
Well, also that's like color fixing, and he missed a land drop, so.
Yeah.
Land on top,
yeah. Yeah. Those are the 2 cards you want, basically. Not until you're too late. Tribal Flames this.
Game of Thrones LCG should find you it, or CCG if you're looking for the actual like super old stuff. But LCG is the current stuff. That's how you actually find it without finding Game of Thrones.
We are counterpost.
All right, cool.
Stick drawn. How do we feel about that?
We are counterpost.
Yeah,
I would love to be. We're missing the key part of counterpost, which is the token generating land.
Yeah. What is counterpost?
That was the deck that was like Kajorian Outpost.
Oh,
and
right.
Infinite counterspells. Oh, third Jund player. This has got to be removal spell on this. Tribal Flame.
Yep. Get out of here.
Boom! Shakalaka!
Come on. Second Tribal Flames. Let's see it.
Give me second removal spell. Like, go for it. Boom! Shakalaka. He even played around Mana Leak there, because, you know.
Yeah.
Jund 5 color again. Ah!
God damn it.
Okay, whatever. We are in dire need of like relevant card now. Yeah, okay, fine. Whatever. Let's get beat down by a grizzly bear for the rest of the game.
We're gonna have to narcolepsy the grizzly bear.
I'm not happy about that. Our opponent's literally Jund 5 color again. Why?
God. This is why our last opponent did nothing, because, like, there's also a whole bunch of Tribal Flames going around, I guess, because our opponent had at least one.
Yeah. Blaze it indeed. Fire is the universal language.
Because everybody uses it.
Every person is talking in fire.
Alright, please just attack for 2 and then pass turn. Make us feel bad for not being able to do anything.
I would like...
Play a 3-drop and not a land.
Tap out for a 5.
Oh, yeah. I'm fine with anything from 3 to 4. Or 3 to 5, I mean. We already played 2 Mana Leaks. We couldn't possibly have a third one. I mean, this is not cube limited. What, like... I don't like it, but, like, it's still just a 3/3 for 3.
Well, it ups his clock from 8 turns to 4.
Yeah.
So I need to deal with it. Okay, so he's down to 2 real cards. We need something real. We need an actual... Alright, you know what? I'll take that as my land drop, because that's 2 lands, you know?
Yep. We just drew 2 lands. It's amazing. I don't know what happened, but,
yeah.
like, we reached and we grabbed 1 card and we put 2 in our hand.
It's useful.
Now please do nothing.
Problem is, like, I know he has 2 spells in hand. Oh, he only has the green to multi-kick that once. Okay.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I was like, what the hell?
I'm kind of amazed because, like, we got an Evolving Wilds on the wheel, didn't we?
Yeah.
Like, isn't Evolving Wilds kind of important for, you know, the 5
deck?
color?
Especially
for that to happen?
The one that cares about basics? Yeah. Alright. I'm not willing to Narcolepsy the Nest Invader. Just not willing to. Because I'm not willing to have no removal spells left, is basically it.
We're 1 land away from an Eldrazi?
Yes. I would like that in this game. Like, that would be hella large and be enough. Like, I think his removal spells, it would probably go over the top.
Yep.
Alright, so give me... Of course.
Yeah, uh-huh.
Are you gonna do anything with that?
What sucks is that if, like, we had, like, a better opening hand, our opponent would be dead by now. Because they're a domain deck that got stuck on 2 mountains and a forest.
The problem is our deck doesn't have an aggro start.
Right.
Like,
well, like, it doesn't have an aggro start. It does have, you know, turn 4 plays.
Fair. Well,
And like,
there's actually factually no 4-drops in the deck, but there are. Like, could we draw, one of the two golems? Is what you're saying, right? Like,
yeah, basically, I'm saying like we get a golem, or I'm basically just saying like we get a like a sphere of the sun's out, or shit, everflowing chalice.
mm.
Okay, so we're playing domain again.
Yep, literal
Unequivocally.
freaking domain.
So they got back. Okay, sure.
And then they have a tribal flames in hand.
Yep. So Cloud Elemental dies, but ba-dum. I mean, we've almost run our opponent out of cards, right? We know one of their cards in hands is a tribal flames, which like they'd probably honestly like hope to aim at the face.
Yeah, which they honestly could pretty soon.
Yeah, like yeah, just attack. We can't block. Um,
So this is where he actually plays a real creature now that I finally spent running a removal spell. Is that?
nope.
It's nap time, everybody.
Uh, suddenly feeling very sleepy. We narcolepsy 2/2/2s and a 3/3.
And our opponent's just drawing land fetch.
That's fine. Please
is
keep doing that.
Is he gonna double tribal flames me?
Oh man.
Is he gonna double tribal flames
man.
me?
Oh man, do it.
Yeah! Do it!
That's one. Do it. Come on.
God, how did...
Ugh.
Wow! There are like
Three
infinite
tribal
these
flames.
cards, yeah! You know what? We have 3 narcolepsies. We can't complain.
Yeah. Because of 3 mana leaks.
Alright, so Lava Axe for 2 is pretty strong. I'm gonna bring in Tarashi's Grasp, again, because they've got the... Like, it's completely legit for our opponent to have 3, because we've got 3 mana leaks, 3 narcolepsies. It all makes sense. It's just funnier when they just flat have it. What else is worth? Hitotsuga's afternoon nap. Oh god, what's a good answer to like Ethercast Knight becoming Kami again? Just a bear that.
Yeah.
I don't know what enchantments he had, but as far as artifacts, he had Alloy Mirror and there was a second one. I can't remember the other artifact.
He played the bauble.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna kill a bauble.
Yeah.
I'm
looking at maybe Aether Snipe, but like that's it.
That was what I was looking at too, just to like actually have a board presence.
Yeah, maybe like Aether Snipe in, Vapor Snag out. We didn't really say anything we want to bounce.
Sure, let's do that. Let's get ourselves like a creature that could possibly stay on the board.
Yeah.
Seeing this would have been 2 Vapor Snag.
Yep, this seems fine. See, the problem is that we keep playing opponents that also have strong late games, and we haven't been like getting any strong late game, or at least we didn't last game.
This is really hilarious. Nest Invader? Nope.
Nothing.
Alright then.
Okay, well, I guess it looks like we're playing that Aether Snipe on time.
Yeah, it looks like it. An Air Servant on time too.
Yeah, I'm fine with turn 5, like Air Servant, turn 6, Aether Snipe, like, play 2 4-power creatures in a row. I mean, like...
There's an off-turn Nest Invader.
So he drew that.
Uh-huh.
Oh, okay. Yes, please. Spend 2 removal spells on our Air Servant.
Oh, okay. All right.
So you can play a 5-drop this turn.
Yeah, if they want, or they can play like a 3 and use the bobble.
God, if they get Domain, they can kill us from 15.
I know. Even higher, he had All Sons Dawn.
Yeah.
Like he can kill us from pretty freaking high. Basically, I guess I should have burned that. Okay, we're not hitting it. Sorry, I think that one fails.
Yeah, I mean, just pure stats wise, what do they got here?
Wrecking Ball.
Man, they should have gone for the planes there.
Unless they're not holding Tribal Flames.
That's true.
Aether Snipe's looking cool.
Yeah, Aether Snipe's looking pretty hot here. Like, sorry, leave your team at home.
Yeah, we'll kill the 3/3 flat.
Yep. And like without the 3/3, Bestial Menace doesn't like it's a pretty scary card. Without the 3/3, it's not that scary.
Right, 3 power.
Mhm.
This is a really happy snake art. I love it.
I know, I love that song.
Yep.
Yeah, they have the Tribal Flames.
Yep, they have the Tribal Flames. Obviously.
Yeah.
Whatever, I can.
As if you have thinner deck, you're gonna get one in your open air.
Says us with our no mana leaks and no. There we go. Thank you.
Oh. We could also play a Narcolepsy here.
I think leaving up Vapor Stag to bounce the wolf is more important.
Yeah, okay. Or potentially anything else big that they play.
Right.
Now, question is second Tribal Flames aimed at our Air Servant?
Depends. This is
Right now they can bring back 3 cards with Wrecking Ball right now, or with All Sun's Dawn. Yeah.
okay.
So our guy gets tapped a turn, no matter what.
Alright, well, let's kill a wolf.
Yep. Narcolepsy is good. It means they're not holding another Tribal Flames. Probably.
Yeah. Am I willing to Narcolepsy one of his 2/2s? I think so.
Yeah. Because like, even right now, like, if they draw another Red Source and they're holding their other 2 Tribal Flames, we're dead.
Yeah, like, and there's nothing I can do.
Well, not
about
now. Because we gained that 2 life.
that. No. No, right, he doesn't have domain.
Yeah.
He would need both the planes and I gotcha.
And another mountain.
Seeing as we own 8 is, I'm gonna hold this Island here for bluffing a mana leak.
Yeah, definitely. Put the Fear of God on our opponent.
For the love of God, I would love to draw us a Wilmog's Crusher right about now.
Oh, that'd be beautiful.
All right,
They just don't care.
He has no fear of the mana leak. That's fine. And the Tribal Flames.
Dragon Soul Knight. Still
Okay.
missing that weight, though. But, like, I guess at this point they're just getting down every threat they can. Yeah, looks like we're dying to drawing every land.
My hope would be that he goes plays the plains, pumps the Dragon Soul Knight.
Yeah.
I say it with complete earnestness that would be my hope.
Yeah, so we only... So, you know, we can block his Giant Man. Oh, nope, we just... So we block the Ruined Servant, right?
Yeah.
Because, like, no matter what we block, if they've got the Tribal Flames, we're... Well, wait.
I could block Kozilek's Predator and not die to a Tribal Flames, but what is that?
But then we lose our Air Servant.
Yeah.
Yeah, and this lets us draw a card, like potentially finding another answer, like a legit way out of this game. Precursor Golem.
Or more relevantly to me, Stoic Rebuttal at this exact moment.
Mm.
So we don't die to this.
The Tribal Flames that he's playing right now. Do we have a counter spell?
That's my hope, is that the fear of the counter is in him.
Ugh. And then, hey, what the heck? Try Tribal Flames now.
Yeah, you could definitely do that just based on the fact that that I don't have a counter spell. Nope, Alloy Mirror.
Oh, wow.
Oh, he's trying
All
to
right.
go over.
Yeah, basically. And it's basically going to work because we drew more lands.
I have an out, but it's bad.
What's the out?
My opponent makes a misplay and tries to fly this before combat.
Yes.
That's it. That's my only one turn out.
But they play the Plains this turn and we lose.
Yeah, if they actually play the planes, then we just straight lose because he taps all 5 of his colors. No, we go to 1. Basically, he needs to pump this. He's not pumping it.
Oh, why would I pump? But he's leaving that at home.
Yeah, well, it doesn't matter. I can't tap this now that
Oh,
it's
right.
tapped. He's
Yeah.
aware now.
Yeah. So
Anyway.
we block that and then he pumps and we lose.
Yeah.
Okay, so we played the good domain deck and lost.
Well, yeah, we played multiple domain deck players. This guy looks like he's much more on the 5-color plan.
Yeah.
With, like, things like Narcolepsy, Wrecking Ball, and, like, Dragon Soul Knight, and this sort of ramp, whereas our opponents seem to be, like, a ramp deck.
Also sucks to seem that we drew, like, 7 spells here.
Happens.
Yeah.
That draft owned, though, because of our
Yeah.
silly Precursor Golem zones, like, hey, what's going on? We got
Precursor
Golems for days.
Oh yeah, I just wish we were like in better colors to take advantage of that.
I know, yeah. It was
Like
good. It was good though.
like ooh, what about that green X spell that puts +1/+1 counters on things? You could put +1/+1 counter on all your creatures for 1 mana or
Oh
for
my
2 mana.
God.
Um,
More relevantly, just like an aggressive deck with that as the top end would have been a lot more effective, I feel, than just using.
Yeah.
Because the problem is with just Precursor Golem as like a only win. We get the problems of like they just have a kill spell immediately for it because
right. The problem in this format is that there's way more kill spells for it than there are ways to abuse it.
Right. Well, that and we don't play threats before it.
Yeah.
So like the first removal spell is aimed at it. Anyway, I'm good with that. That's all I really wanted to do today. I'm not going to jump back into multiples. I just wanted to go do another one today, and
Yeah,
I got what I wanted out of
rounds.
it. Yep, I got what I wanted out of it, which was the double Precursor Golem, and also our opponents made the stream title real. Like they were the Hyper Greedsmans.
Yeah. Man, though, like, it's funny because the first reason why our first opponent did nothing was because our second opponent had everything that they had to do.
Right, there were 2 domain. What does that say about domain that it could support that much?
I mean, they put a lot of stuff into it. I mean, it also could be argued that it doesn't support that much. That like our deck kind of like it was a really cool deck, but it wasn't a particularly powerful deck because we kind of were like banking on getting like the disgusting top end that like kills our opponent.
Yeah.
It never came.
Fiesta starts tomorrow, technically.
Yeah, it starts tonight at midnight, but we're not going to do it tonight at midnight.
Yeah. Well, not only is there a ton of fixing in Modern Masters 2, but there's a ton of cards to take advantage of it, so there can be multiple players just forcing it. It's kind of ridiculous.
Yeah. I mean, it's going to make the deck way weaker, but it's still entirely possible.
Yeah, Fiesta technically starts at midnight tonight, but I don't... Yeah, like, nobody's actually gonna be... I guess I won't say nobody, but fewer people are going to be starting tonight than tomorrow night. Like,
Yes.
I know I'm not going to be able to start streaming tonight for it. I'm quite confident Kaz isn't going to, like, at 11 p.m. begin Fiesta streaming, that sort of thing. Like, but it does begin tonight.
Yes.
So
You can find your your first class tonight.
I reg Chaos with the Berserker Risk.
I didn't, because I still haven't beaten that game once.
So, yep. All right. Thanks for joining, Kabanaw. I'm glad we got to have a pretty cool draft for this.
Yeah,
one.
that was a fun one.
And thanks everybody in the zoo. I hope you enjoyed Modern Masters 2. I'll probably do more of these later, but the Fiesta is going to be the time consumer starting tomorrow.
Yeah. We have another, like, 2.5 weeks until it goes away.
And then the cube appears. Cubes.
Good.
So, thanks
All right.
everybody, and have a good night.
Bye.